I know that you've been looking at this not just on a standalone basis, but on a 3-month rolling basis at the minimum. What are you seeing in terms of the trend, in terms of where jobs are coming in and going away? Is there anything encouraging at this point, or are you more discouraged?
No, so I think, I actually brought a chart with me, I have a little visual aid that I don't know if y'all can show that. So
yep, right now.
Mike McKee, there you go. What Mike McKee said, which I think is incredibly important. We have a service economy. People that talk about the death of the U.S. economy don't respect the fact that services push this economy along. Healthcare, you look at healthcare and education, and then obviously leisure and hospitality, they just continue to move along. Less trade, less tariff sensitive. And then people spoke, I was listening to somebody today talking about the goods economy. When you actually look at what labor is, the labor is a service economy, and it's still humming along at a pretty good pace. Here's what I think is the delta of where we are today versus where we were a month or two ago. Services are still doing well. I am focused on healthcare and education and leisure and hospitality because I do think you'll start to see those cuts come through. You know, we talked about some of the federal funding cuts to healthcare. I think the next couple of months that'll start flowing through. Leisure and hospitality, you see some of the tourism data coming off. I think that'll start to flow through a bit. So I think the delta is to slower numbers. And you know, the interesting thing in the JOLTS report this week, look at job openings. That's actually, in some of the sectors I just identified, that's coming off. CEOs, CFOs are sitting in this point today, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to cut my job openings. I'm going to keep my labor in place in case the economy actually does okay and we get through some of these tariffs. But it's really interesting. Openings are coming down, so the delta is lower, but it's coming from a pretty solid place. And services, when people keep, arguing U.S. economy, service economy is pretty darn good.